Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 early Browns early games, late games, and Sunday Night Football post game show. I'm having to combine it this time, we'll start with the Browns first. Well, the Browns have now lost 17 in a row at Heinz Field after losing 38-7 to the Pittsburgh Steelers today. The Browns fall to 4-2 on the season, as the Steelers go to 5-0 for the first time since 1978. The Steelers dominated the first quarter and never looked back, cruising to a big divisional win to run their record, as I said, to 5-0, and the Browns to fall to 4-2. Baker Mayfield played miserably deep into the third quarter before giving way to Case Keenum. Playing with injured ribs, he finished 10 of 18 for 119 yards. One touchdown and 2 interceptions, and was hit hard several times. While 4-2 is better than the Browns usually are at this point, they have been thoroughly outplayed in their 2 games against the class of the AFC North. With a 38-6 loss in Baltimore in the opener, and their loss today, the Browns have been outplayed 76-13 in the 2 games against 2 teams they need to learn to beat in the AFC North. Receiver Chase Claypool put the Steelers up 31-7 in the third quarter when he took a handoff around the left side and hit pay dirt from 3 yards out. Pittsburgh scored when their defense handed the offense a short field. The Browns were down 24-7 and desperate to get things going, went for it on 4th and inches inside their own 50-yard line. Kareem Hunt gobbled up in the backfield and never reached the line of scrimmage. That drive marked the last for Baker Mayfield. The Steelers used the second quarter to take command of the game and put the Browns in a huge hole. And it was a huge hole, to say the least. After Cameron Sutton intercepted Mayfield's second interception of the day, Ben Roethlisberger hit James Washington for a 28-yard touchdown to make it 24-0. On the first drive of the second quarter, the Steelers moved 88 yards and needed only only 7 plays to do it. James Conner capped the drive off with a 3-yard touchdown to make it 17-0. The score was set up by a bomb to rookie Chase Claypool. Ben Roethlisberger hit him for a 36-yard gain down the sideline. Terrence Mitchell was defending on the play, and it was the second big gain he had given up on the day. James Washington picked up 27 yards on a pass against him in the first quarter. The Browns finally got on the board in the final moments of the first half. Rashard Higgins got free and Mayfield hit him for a 13-yard touchdown. Tim Couch touchdown. Excuse me just for a moment. Let me flip back. Pass to trim the lead to 24-7. The 9-play, 75-yard drive was by far the best effort by the Browns of the first half. The first big play of the day went to Pittsburgh, the Browns' first drive of the game. Baker Mayfield was intercepted by Mekhi Fitzpatrick, who ran it back for 33 yards for the game's first touchdown and a 10-0 Steelers lead. It was a 3rd and 4 situation and was Mayfield's first pass of the game. Pittsburgh drove for a score on the first drive of the game, an 11-yard play, 58-yard drive resulted in a 35-yard Chris Boswell field goal. Connor ran for 27 yards on the drive. Mayfield is looking to do something that no Browns quarterback has done in nearly 2 decades, win a game in Pittsburgh, which did not happen today, but he does want to do it in future years with the Browns. October 5th, 2003 was the last time the Browns won a game at Heinz Field. Tim Couch passed for 2 touchdowns and ran for a third to carry Cleveland to a 33-13 win. Since then, Heinz Field has been a place of misery, and ain't that the truth? The Browns were 4-1 going into this game, and they sent a much better team to face the 4-0 Steelers, who are now 5-0, than they normally have. They are right in the thick of the AFC North race. And a win, if they would have won today, they would have put them in front of the Steelers in the standings, but that was not the case. It did not happen. Roethlisberger has never lost at home, he is off to a tremendous start to the 2020 season. He is on pace to throw for 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and only 10 interceptions. Well, to say the least, this was not a Browns game that was fun to watch today. It was not the Browns' day, and Baker Mayfield said, the Browns just did not have it, and it just was a long day for the Cleveland Browns, and but nevertheless, the Steelers beat the Browns 38 to 7, and I have to give credit to where credit is due. And I have to give it to the Steelers, and unfortunately, I'm not happy, but I have to give the game balls to the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, 14 of 22 carries and attempts, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. James Conner, 20 carries and attempts, 101 yards and 1 touchdown, and James Washington, 4 receptions, 68 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Browns wanted to beat Pittsburgh, and I originally said that I felt this was going to change things for the Browns in Pittsburgh this week, but I was never the more wrong, to say the least, and I'm not happy. And Baker Mayfield, it's going to be Kevin Stefanski's decision whether or not Baker Mayfield will play against the Cincinnati Bengals next week in Cincinnati, or whether he would sit Baker Mayfield out and put Case Keenum in. But I think if he's healthy, Baker Mayfield will start, and we're going to look ahead to the Browns and Bengals game, so hopefully that will be a win, and they need to really be ready for that one, and they need to really be ready to play and hopefully get the win in Cincinnati next Sunday. Well, we're going to go over all the NFL action right now. The Tennessee Titans beat the Houston Texans 42-36 at LP Field today in Nashville, Tennessee. Titans' second win in a row. And I have to give it to the game ball to Ryan Tannehill. I have to give it to him. Ryan Tannehill. I have to give it to him. The Atlanta Falcons get their first win of the season today. They get it because they beat the Minnesota Vikings 40-23 at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota today. And I have to give it the credit to the game ball to, I think, Matt Ryan and Gurley and Jones as well. I got to give it to them. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Philadelphia Eagles by 2, 30 to 28 at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And they improved their record to 5-1. The Baltimore Colts beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Before I do that one, I have to give the game balls to Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Mark Ingram. Now the Colts beat the Bengals by 4, 31-27 at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. And the Browns will face the Bengals next week at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And I have to give the game ball to Phil Rivers. I give it to him. The Detroit Lions beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville at Everbank Field, 34-16. And I have to give the game ball to Matt Stafford. I have to give it to him. And the Chicago Bears beat the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, 23-16, an upset loss. And I have to give it to Nick Foles. I have to give the game ball to him. The New York Giants beat the Washington Football Team 20-19 at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And I have to give the game ball to Kyle Allen. I have to give it to him. And J.D. McKissick and Terry McLaurin. I have to give it to him. I must give the game balls to them. The Denver Broncos upset the New England Patriots today at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, 18-12. And this was quite a surprising upset today. And I have to give the game ball to Drew Lock and Philip Lindsay and Tim Patrick. I have to give it to them. Well, the New York Jets are still winless. They fall to 0-6 as the Miami Dolphins shut out the New York Jets at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, 24-0. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Green Bay Packers 38-10 at Raymond James Stadium. I give the game ball to Ryan Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins game and Tom Brady for the Bucs game. The LA Rams on Sunday Night Football lose to the San Francisco 49ers in an upset loss in San Francisco, 24-16. Boy, the Rams just had a rough night tonight. They had a rough night tonight, the Rams. They just had a rough one tonight. And because the 49ers scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then they had a touchdown, first quarter, second quarter, and then they had a field goal, and that was the LA Rams had a field goal and a touchdown, and basically I have to give the game ball to, I guess I gotta, to Jimmy Garoppolo. I gotta give it to him. He gets the game ball for that one. And the Chiefs and Bills will play tomorrow at 5 at Ralph Wilson Stadium. And the Cowboys and Cardinals will play tomorrow night at 8:20 at AT&T Stadium at Monday Night Football. And right now, my brother-in-law and I, we have 4 picks we didn't agree on. I am 6-6. My brother-in-law is 9-3. And I will see you tomorrow for my Monday Night Football pregame show. That's going to do it. Bye-bye, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.